大家好，欢迎来到我的节目。今天我和 Tyler 共同探讨的话题是少年时的偶像。因为现在的世界变化很大，也很乱，所以呢，我们想谈一些比较美好的话题，让大家呢可以轻松一下。Hello, Tyler.
Hello, Annie. We want to talk about childhood idols today.
I'm very excited about this topic because I have so many idols.
Me too. I've got a few off the top of my head I can talk about right away. My main ones came from action movies, action series, cartoons. What about you?
Many singers and authors, some movie stars. Yeah, I'm very much into looks.
Okay, mine are mostly masculine, rugged. Might come as a shock because I'm like clean shaven and soft spoken. But my favorites were He-Man.
宇宙人希曼
I absolutely loved He-Man as a boy. There was a Masters of the Universe movie that came out, and there was the He-Man cartoon series coming out in the 80s that I followed. I had the He-Man action figure. He-Man was masculine, burly. A common theme of these action heroes is that they would overcome obstacles that seemed impossible with either luck or wit or teamwork.
That's very boyish. My first idol was a foreign actor. He played the movie called Cyprian Porumbescu. It's a Romanian movie. It was like produced in 1973, so it's very early. At that time, most of the Chinese didn't have TVs, but I was in the daycare, so I was able to see things on TV with colors. Because my daycare center was lucky enough to have a TV set. It's colorful. So I saw this guy and really long hair, and he played the violin. So I find him to be very, very charming. I think that's my first concept of good looking.
It must have been one of the first color movies you ever saw.
Yes. After that, it's on my third grade, I started to listen to radios from outside world, especially from Taiwan. And there was this guy, his English name's Stephen Liu, and his Chinese name's Liu Wenzheng. He has the gentle voice. He sings songs are so beautiful. He, I think, is my second idol. Very polite.
Fun. I have some from music as well. For me, my musical influences were actually grunge rock. This is Seattle-based rock that was very rugged, like Nirvana, Soundgarden, and they would have these rugged looks. Dirty hair, rugged clothes, not glam like the 80s rock idols with, beautiful faces and long wavy hair. Nothing like that.
Yeah, that's what I like. My question is that, are you considered a 90s kid?
I think so, yeah.
Can you tell me what this label, the 90s kids, means?
We were one of the last generations to just walk back and forth from school. Not have our parents required to pick us up, drop us off, have somebody sign for us. It was childhood was just a time when we could walk around, do things on our own after school. I could walk to my friend's house, no biggie. It was less structured than today. No police officers at the school. The music was heavily alternative rock. So Alanis Morissette, for example, the grunge rock, whatever would show up on MTV.
So my question is, the 90s kids means people who were maybe born in the 1980s, who were teenage years in the 1990s, so they listened to the music in the 1990s?
We went through childhood or adolescence in the 1990s.
So that's the years when people were crazy about music and rock and roll.
Yeah, it was the last generation when MTV showed music videos instead of talk shows and reality TV. We were before smartphones, before a lot of the conveniences that people take for granted today. So take somebody 15 years younger than us and they don't know about VHS tapes, cassette tapes, having to rewind a cassette tape to the spot where your favorite song is.
What are some of the characteristics of the songs that are labeled as the 90s kids?
Like Lady in Red, Bryan Adams. So 90s music would just be an umbrella term, and we had several genres that came out during that time. Grunge rock, British pop was popular with like Oasis. Teen pop, there's teen idols, Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys. They're very popular.
Westlife.
Yeah. And then hip hop like Dr. Dre and R&B, TLC. Yeah. Guns N' Roses is like late 80s, early 90s.
Why did you like ragged singers and rock and rollers?
Yeah, there was a lot of that just on TV. There was always rebellious characters, rugged or silly, very silly things like Ren and Stimpy cartoon show. Much more silly than SpongeBob SquarePants. Mm-hmm. Much more silly. And I think there was a lot less conformity around the media. There was a sense of rebelliousness, like Nirvana not doing things to be popular, but just doing what they wanted to do.
Yes.
There is that spirit of rebelliousness in the media, I think, at that time.
Do you think that was your alternative ego at that time to become a more ragged and rebellious? In real life, you are the opposite?
Independent, I would say, because I admired these heroes that had a sense of independence and having their own solo story.
Were they your alternative ego?
In a way, yeah. I was just ambitious. I felt like I could do anything if I was determined enough. It changed from time to time. One time I just wanted to be a classical guitar star. I wanted to be in the spotlight. I wanted to be that solo figure.
So what about the rebellious part?
Probably had less impact on me. For a teenager, I think my rebelliousness was not that high.
For me, in my teenage years, it was very exciting. China went through exciting times. My idols at that time were either the people I wanted to become or the people I admired. For example, you talked about long wavy hair. It reminds me of Modern Talking. We went to Modern Talking's concert together, and so you saw Thomas Anders. But he was very, 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 very handsome back then. Long wavy hair, the voice is so gentle, and the eyes just look at you.
And melts your heart.
Mesmerizing eyes. And his songs were very popular in China. And there's the Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. This voice is very powerful, but he has this very cute face. Both came from Europe, the European influence. I told you earlier about the violinist, the composer, very famous in Romania. So women has to be Echo Chen Sanmao. She wrote many novels about her life. It's not just novels, it's almost autobiographical. So it's a combination of novels and her real life. Yeah. She went to Spain and Saharas. She met this guy, Jose. He was 6 years younger than her, and they had the most pure, moving love stories. And then eventually he died just in an accident. And many years later, she committed suicide as well. I mean, you know me, I'm a writer, I'm a novelist. So for a long time, I stopped writing because my mom and my family want me to be happy. They have seen so many female authors either died tragically or died alone. I don't want to just crystallize from my pain to write something, and that's too much for me. So although I admired her a lot, in an ironic way, I stopped writing for a while. And when I came to the United States, spent time in Silicon Valley, I tried to become a more practical person.
Mm-hmm. Different ways of making money, like the fashion magazine and So actually, when she died, that had a big impact on your life.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's so tragic. And I used to love tragic beauty, things in Japanese culture or things in the Chinese traditions, tragic heroes. But when it came to real life, such a sincere, beautiful, smart soul just couldn't take the pain in real life. So I started to feel very sad for her. Nowadays, a lot of Chinese women, we can travel around the world. We can do a lot of things that we couldn't even dream of when we were young. A lot of them were influenced by her writing because her books may have sold millions of copies in China. They were all influenced by her, so they can become who they are today. They can blossom. They can live very nice life elsewhere. Very sad that she paid such a big price. She was so idealistic. I admire her a lot.
It sounds like a modern day Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. Romeo and Juliet, the obstacle of their love are the hatred of two clans, two families. For her, the two were able to cross a culture, age. Doesn't matter there was poverty or not. They could live a very interesting and fun life. What stopped this love story was the tragic death. It's not something that we read from a book. It really happened. It's not something she made it up.
I also had some romantic ideals, and they're mostly from love songs. Got this idea that the man would be heroic and save the distraught woman from loneliness or fear. And some of the songs that I remember with interesting lyrics was Bryan Adams, Everything I Do It For You. Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, with the sense that when you have nothing else, all you need is your lover to get through life. And then Eagles had a powerful phrase, for me, I gotta know if your sweet love is going to save me. Like love is powerful enough to change your life.
Let's wrap up childhood idols.
Yeah.
I covered my first one. The composer, he wrote a very famous song, The Ballad. Very good looking, very romantic. The violinist, the composer. Then it moved to the Taiwanese singer Stephen Liu, and then moved to modern talking women. I think it's mainly San Mao, also known as Echo Chen.
For me, starting with action heroes, He-Man, X-Men, like Wolverine, and then music idols. That was what I experienced.
Both of us were very influenced by pop culture. You seem to be more so because American young people were all into pop culture. Mine, I think the 1973 movie was very artistic, a more intellectual crowd. When I watched it at the age of 5, I didn't know that, right? It kind of set the tone for my future preferences. I always like something with depth. The aesthetics is very important.
Sure. For me, it's a sense of independence and capability. Being able to find a way to solve problems and overcome obstacles.
It's interesting that although you grew up with pop culture, you're fed with pop culture, you also have a very intellectual side of you. You look like someone with depth. I wonder if there was something else in your childhood that influenced you. There must be something more than just pop culture.
Yeah, I did a lot of reading and listening to classical music. I can't really pinpoint an idol or an icon that drove me to that.
But you told me you liked Bach.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Started listening to Baroque music, especially late 7th grade. I sold all of my rock music CDs, went out and bought box sets of classical music and Baroque music. I didn't know what the difference was at Hastings.
Was there someone you really want to become when you grew up?
Yeah, in that stage, it would have been John Williams, the Australian guitarist, because he, I thought, was the best in the world at that time. He was an idol to me, and I picked up classical guitar, wanted to be like him.
Oh, I also want to add 2 people that really influenced me. They're not pop culture at all. One is Vincent van Gogh, the post-impressionist painter. Unlike my other idols, all very good looking. He was not good looking, and he had a red hair, and he couldn't find a woman. I love his purity. I loved his passion for life. I loved his philosophies. He had this heart of a child. You can see that from his paintings. And there was another man, a philosopher, very controversial, was Nietzsche. I loved Nietzsche in high school. I can't say he was my idol. His writing really moved me. I have never seen someone could write so eloquently about abstract stuff, a world combined with poetry and philosophy.
Yeah, I love Nietzsche too. I think it was a little too deep for me, but I liked some of his one-liners especially. He has one-liners that are popular today, like anything that doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Nietzsche. People might not know that.
So good to be able to time travel, to go back to our childhood years. Could range from very young to teenage years, even high school. We covered very young to high school. I think next time we can continue to talk about romantic ideals we didn't elaborate at this episode.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.